Well, hello, friends and neighbors. John, your whiskey neighbor here. Welcome down the Nook. It's Sunday, and I want to shoot a few samples. And as I said the other day, I'm going to try to shoot some Canadian whiskey heading into Canada Day on July 1st. So today, we are going to look at actually more whiskey from Highwood. Very interesting. We're going to take a look at Mount Logan, 15-year-old, and Mount Logan, 20-year-old. These were bottled for Wine and Beyond. They are 100% corn Canadian whiskey. 3, 4. Hey, thanks for staying with me. I don't know if you can see those tiny bottles. I don't have a lot of samples that have come to me from other people about Canadian. I have lots of samples, that come with bourbon, some Scotch, but Canadian whiskey doesn't find me very often unless I hunt it down. These samples are still in a lot of liquor depots or Wine and Beyond, in bins. Actually, I see them more in liquor depots than Wine and Beyond, actually, and are rather affordable. And 15-year-old, 20-year-old, get them for a few bucks. Certainly worth picking up to see if you like that Highwood style corn Canadian whiskey. So the first one here is 15 years, as I believe probably old potter's corn. As I said the other day, Highwood bought a huge amount, and Peter White was on the channel and mentioned that they had it even as late as 2000. They were still getting barrels, so that's recent enough, and this could still be all potter's corn. It was released as an exclusive for Wine and Beyond or Liquor Depot. 40% Canadian. As I said before, it's marked Canadian rye whiskey. Not rye, it's corn. This is a true single grain. Let's see what the 15-year-old tells us on the nose. Very much like yesterday. It's sweet, it's buttery, a little husky. Very light spice, mostly vanilla, honey, quite sweet. See how it is on the palate. Cheers. Oh, it perked up a little bit. There's a little bit of spice in there, which is nice. Coming from the casking, the way they've done their wood management, there is a little bit of, a little bit of peppering, really, that perks it up in the mouth. Finish is fairly clean. There is, and I get this, to be honest, with almost all of Highwood's heavy corn whiskeys, there is a little bit of an ethanol in it that can put me off, like ethanol, and then I've heard, some critical people, some critical voices say that it's almost like a glue, and it's not. That's really strong critical. This is decent whiskey, but I think I know where that's coming from. It's just on that edge of a weird artificial bubblegum something that I do get in the 15-year-old. Now, a few years ago, I shot a blind 15, 5, and 20, and I was getting some of those notes even back then. However, nice light whiskey. Quite good in the mouth, coating, certainly sweet. Could recommend it. Okay, same house, 20 years. Now this is very much like 90-20. Of course, it's only 40% instead of 45, or the Canadian Rockies, which is 46. But let's see what 5 more years gets us from this house style. That's a richer nose. It just is. Yeah, whereas this plays lighter, almost a rum sweetness, like a sugary sweetness. This is richer. It's got a little more Werther's candy caramel in there. Absolutely. For my palate. It's always just one guy's opinion. Yeah, I like it though. It's richer. Cheers. That is smooth whiskey. I know we hate to say smooth because it seems like it means it disappears. In this case, I mean it's lightly coating. Spice is not as present actually as the 15, but the 15 is coming off as slightly unfinished, whereas this, boy, This is now buttery. Little more caramel, toffee. Quite delightful. Very easy drinking. I don't know what they cost anymore. As I said, I've been getting these samples when I see them at a dusty bins. This 20-year-old for me is significantly better than the 15. I know that if I see it, I won't bring a bottle of 15 home. But the 20-year-old, if I see it on a shelf in an old liquor depot, well, not necessarily an old liquor depot, but has been on the shelf for a while, it's on sale, it's a good price, I would be tempted. This is really good Canadian, buttery corn, light toffee, gentle spice. There is more spice in the 15, but there's something in there that's just not quite right for me. In the 20-year-old, this is solid. Not as spicy as the 90-20, not as oak or char that I get out of the Canadian Rockies, but really delicious. This Mount Logan 20-year-old, easy, enjoyable, sweet Canadian whiskey. Thanks for joining me here today on this Sunday. Hope you guys are having a great weekend and that the week ahead of you is just really good.